topic for today is square root inequality. And to teach how to work with the square root inequality, I'm using the software demos.com. It's a wonderful system to learn and to teach any topics in math. In the class before, in the videos before, I was teaching how to make a graph of square root functions. And I'm using this knowledge to explain how to represent the square root inequality, and I have now here many examples. In example number 1, my inequality is y less than x minus 2 plus 1. Number 1, you need to find what is the domain of the function. In this case, the domain of the function is all the values greater than 2, because you select the term inside of the root, x minus 2, and you solve the inequality, x minus 2 greater than equal 0. The solution is x greater than 2. Now, these terms inside of the root is positive of 0 only when x is greater than equal 2. And I'm using, from this domain, I will use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. All the numbers greater than 2. I'm using the calculator. You substitute 2 minus 2 is 0, the square root 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And 4 minus 2 is 2, the square root 2, you use the calculator, and you have the value of the x and the values of y. And now, what are you doing? You, in the coordinate system, you plug in this point. This first point here is 2, 1. This another point 4, 2.41. And after that, you connect the point. Listen, you connect the point. And now, what I have used dot line, because in this inequality, I have less than. If I have less than or equal, the line is solid line. But in this case, you don't have the equal sign include in the inequality symbol. I use the dot line. Okay? And now, when you create the graph using dot line, the equation is the y less than the curve, this one. What you do is down the line, and when you make a graph, is this one. And now I finished example number 1. All the coordinates point down the curve is solutions of my first example. Okay, now I'm going to show now another example. Example number 1, sorry. In this number 1, I started to doing the same thing. It's a different inequality. You select the value of the x is the numbers on the domain. When you find x plus 2 greater than equal 0, x had to be greater than equal negative 2. And I select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers greater than equal negative 2. And you plug in, using the calculator, you find the value. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. The square root 0 is 0. Times 2 is 0. Minus 2, 2. And using the calculator, you find the corresponding value. And you put the point. You plug in the coordinates of each point. Because I have the equal sign, you see here, I have the equal sign. My line is solid. It's not the line, it's a solid line. And I come back now, the value of the y had to be greater than equal the line. Now it's up the line. This is up the I'm sorry. Up the line, and this is my graph. Another example. Another example. Example number 2. I have the equation, the inequality, this one. The domain is all the value greater than equal 3. I select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers greater than equal negative 3. and you plug in on the equation, you find the value of the y, and you plug in. You plug in the coordinate system. And now you connect the point, it's solid line, because you include the equal line. Because you include here the equal line is a solid line. And now, all the value less than the curve, or down the curve, this is the solution. It's very simple. Another example. Example number 3. I have two equations. In this example, I have two equations. Equation number 1 is this one, and equation number 2 is this one. Now, I'm going to make a graph of equation number 1 first. The domain is all the value greater than equal to. You plug in the same in the example before. You plug in the point because it's no equal sign. It's a dot line. It's less than down the line. Down the line. And this is the first equation. And now you move to the second equation. This is the second equation. The domain is the value greater than 0, greater than equal 0. You plug in here and find the square root and add it 2, and this is point. And you got equal sign here is a solid line. But the graph of the inequality is up the line. Now it's up the line. Then the intersections of the two graphs is the solution of my problem. My problem is this one. The problem is y between the equation 1 and the equation 2. Between the equation 1 and the equation 2. And the solution is the common area of equation 1 and equation 2. The intersection of the two solutions is the solution of my problem. Now, last example. Let me remove this one. Last example. Last example. Now, in the example number 4. Now, in example number 4, I have two equations. The first equation is this one, and the second equation is this one. And I need to find the solutions of the intersection y between the quadratic square root function, and this is a linear function. Now, remember, I have now a linear function, 3x minus 6, y less than 3x minus 6. Then, using these expressions, the slope is 3, and the y-intercept is 0, 6. Now, the y-intercept is 0, 6, is here. And your slope is 3, you move 3 units up and 1 right. And I have another point. And when you connect, this is the y-intercept. The y-intercept. And when you connect the point, you have the line. And if this is, you see I make a line, it's solid line. But that cannot be solid. What I'm going to do, I'm going to change this one. I'm going to change this to dot line. Dot line now, this is my graph. I'm going to change to dot line. Done. Then, now I have my line in the dot line because you include equal sign here. Equal sign is not included, is the dot line. Now, another function is the square root function. The domain is the value greater than equal negative 4. I select the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, substitute in the equation to find a y, and you plug in. This is the plug in here. And now, you create the line. It's a dot line too, because you don't have equal sign included. Now, y in this case is over the line. Over the line. I'm sorry, here. Okay, down. Y is down the line. I'm sorry. Down the line. Y is less than the line. Down the line. And now, here is y is over square root. Then the intersection above is this area. And this is the solution. Okay? Thank you very much. I will see you in another video. I recommend them to use demo software to create its example. It's problem. You can solve the problem using this excellent software. Have a wonderful day. I will see you in another video. Thank you very much.